The demon horde of the southern plains were all but quelled despite their malice and strain, for the hunter was sharp and would vanish in the dark, sundering her realm with courage in her heart. Hello and welcome to the very first gameplay guide on Heroes of the Storm. This is a game graced with countless of heroes striving to prove their worth in the conflict of ages. In this video, we will look at one such hero that hails from the realm of Sanctuary. Valla, the Demon Hunter, is known for her cunning and her untainted hatred for demon hordes. Her quest has led her here to the realm of Eternal, so let's find out more about this hero and learn the diverse ways in which she can punish the unworthy. With an arsenal of twin crossbows, Valla is a ranged hero that is feared across the battlefield for her ability to deal tremendous amounts of damage in split seconds. This makes her rightfully so, a ranged assassin that excels at punishing enemies from a range and maintaining this advantage by combining slows and escapes to harass the enemy consistently. The inherent trait of any demon hunter is her hatred towards the unjust. Valla's hatred is the source of her power and allows her to deal more damage and move faster as her hatred in combat rises. Each basic attack allows her to store a charge of hatred that buffs her damage and movement speed. This effect is temporary and will be lost after a span of time. Nonetheless, it's her ability to store hatred is what makes her a dangerous foe on the battlefield, especially if you take your eyes off her. Her first skill is a memorable one, in form of a hungering arrow that can hit multiple enemies or the same one if the target makes the mistake of being alone. This is a skill shot, which means the arrow must be manually targeted and will seek the nearest enemy. Its effectiveness can be increased by reducing the cost of its mana or making it steal health when hitting the enemy. Its range too can be increased along with its piercing potential, making this a great tool for harassing enemies from a safe distance. This makes this skill the most favoured among veteran demon hunters that utilize it to hurt or outright kill a fleeing enemy. Next skill is multi-shot that allows Valla to drown an area with a volley of arrows. No matter how many foes there are, Valla certainly has plenty of arrows for them that deal a respectable 60 starting damage. This skill can be honed by increasing its range by 20% or by launching complementary grenades that deal 35 damage on hit. Further down the course of battle, multi-shot can be imbued with frost shot that slows enemies' movement speed by 40% for up to 2 seconds. This is a great addition to any demon hunter that wishes to stop fleeing foes and land that hungering arrow at the opportune moment. A hunter is never a hunter until it learns a way of escape. Valla does this by using her favoured vault that allows her to tumble to a target location at a cost of mana. This maneuver can be offensive or defensive in nature depending upon the upgrade it receives. Caltrops can slow the advance of enemy chasing you, making your escape a reality, whereas repeating arrow refreshes your hungering arrow when you land a vault. This allows Valla to surprise the enemy and deal damage when none is expected. Finally, Tumble lets Valla store 2 charges of vault, making her a complete nuisance for the enemy team. Her final class of ability is a heroic one and undisputedly is her best one yet. Like every other hero, she gets 2 choices, so let's look at the first one. Strafe allows Valla to fire countless number of arrows in an area around her for 4 seconds. Each arrow hits visible enemy for 15 damage and allows Valla to move freely and cast her vault if needed. This makes this ability excellent at kiting foes and also allows her to maintain a strong teamfight presence. It can be upgraded to fire penetrating bolts in a straight line every 0.25 seconds. These bolts deal an additional 8 damage and forces the enemy team to take notice of Valla, or else their grave awaits them soon enough. The other choice of heroic ability is Rain of Vengeance that launches 2 consecutive waves of shadow beasts in the same area that deals 100 damage and stuns the enemy for 0.5 seconds on each attack. Valla is free to cast her ability during this and can move freely while her beasts bombard the target's area. Its final upgrade allows the summoning of 4 waves of shadow beasts and truly devastates an area with obscene amounts of damage. Given the fact that Valla will and should cast her abilities during this chaos, her damage potential goes beyond counting and allows her to quell even the hardiest of foes. She also holds numerous talents that range from dealing extra damage to increasing her attack speed during combat. All these aid her in combat, ensuring her innate ability to assassinate the hero is amplified. So many choices, so many skills, but which way is the better way? The answer to this lies in the section we're about to explore with her possible builds. Please do remember that Heroes of the Storm is a complex game and builds and strategies will and should change depending upon the hero matchup you're facing. Nonetheless, here are some popular builds for you. First up is a build most often used in the competitive scene, the True Caster. For this build, consider getting composite arrows at level 1, puncturing arrow at level 4 with repeating arrow at level 7. The ultimate here would be Stray followed by Frost Shot at level 13 and Blood for Blood at level 16. The final skill at level 20 is the almighty Bolt of the Storm. As evidence here from the skill choices, the playstyle is very aggressive but a kiting one. The goal of this build is to ensure that enemies are slowed, maimed and harassed consistently by your hungering arrows. This build makes Valla mobile and hard to catch while dealing respectable amount of damage to enemies. Please do note that this is a build recommended for advanced players as it requires a great deal of map awareness and finesse with skill shots to make this build count. So an alternative here is a right click DPS build which is all about, you guessed it, the right click glory. So aim to get Rancor at level 1 followed by Manticore at level 4 and Searing Arrows, or Searing Attacks if you will, at level 7. Rain of Vengeance is your choice of heroic ability at level 10 that allows you to right click your stunned enemies. Giant Killer is a great addition at level 13 along with Blood for Blood at level 16. And finally ending with Nexus Frenzy at level 20. Deceptively simple, this build dishes out surprisingly high amounts of damage in a short interval, and if Valla remains unchecked for over 2 seconds, the consequences can be dire for the enemy team. So such is the hatred of Valla, a hero that is all about dealing tremendous amounts of damage from a distance. Find yourself a good lane partner and victory is sure at hand. This has been the Holy Hermit for you, and this was our very first guide on Valla the Demon Hunter. Leave your feedback and state which hero you'd like to see next. Until then, take care of yourself and remember to cull the inner demons before the night creeps on, for that is a true mark of a hunter.